Welcome back to NBA Shot Clock, the latest NBA news in 24 seconds or less. Here we go. The game tied up, Draymond Green decides to take the ball coast to coast and turn it over in spectacular fashion, which did not make his teammate Kevin Durant very happy. The two got into it afterwards, as you can see here on the bench, and this reportedly spilled over into the locker room as well. Green was suspended the next game, and this really has dominated this past week of headlines with trouble in paradise. Are the Warriors breaking up? Who knows? Brook Lopez is shooting and making threes, and that's pretty much a spot-on explanation for where we are in today's NBA. The 7-footer hit 8 of 11 three-pointers the other night, and he might have my favorite NBA nickname today, Splash Mountain. The Bucks continue to win behind a whole lot of three-pointers and the Greek Freak, which apparently, shockingly, is a good formula for success. Markelle Fultz did not have a good week. After this video surfaced of Markelle Fultz having a weird hitch in his free throw motion, which erupted NBA Twitter, his old shooting coach Drew Hanlon came out and said that the two are not working together anymore. When your shooting coach does not want to be associated with you anymore, that is a bad sign. A very bad sign. Lakers versus Hawks. Very close game down the stretch. Probably shouldn't be. Got a loose ball here. They're going to put it up, and LeBron James makes up for the missed free throw by putting it back. But the real story here is on the other end, where Trae Young scorches Brandon Ingram, gets to the hoop, but then is denied by Tyson Chandler. Lakers are 4-0 in the Tyson Chandler era. Speaking of the Lakers, if you're new to Rajon Rondo, he has a history of trying to steal high fives from the opposing team, as you can see from some of these clips here. But today, this past week, the late breaking news that Rondo finally achieved success in his goal. Against the Kings, he manages to sneak in and steal one here from Marvin Bagley. Look at that perfect form. Well done, Rajon Rondo. Congratulations. Speaking of Marvin Bagley and the Kings, folks, the Kings. Screaming from the mountaintops, they continue to shock the NBA community with an 8-6 record to start the year, primarily on the back of their soon-to-be all-star hot take alert, De'Aaron Fox, averaging almost 19 points a game, and the very improved play of Buddy Hield. This is quickly going from a very nice start to a team that is ahead of schedule. Joe Ingles is the hero Utah needs, deserves, wants, and has. Late in this one with the Grizz, Joe gets a nasty cut in his eye, and the result is instant NBA Twitter gold. Headband Joe Ingles. I mean, look at that. That's Utah in a nutshell. Seriously, Joe Ingles looks like he just got a lobotomy, but did not affect his play. Utah would go on to win. Nets guard Caris LeVert suffered a scary lower leg injury earlier this week that you can find a video of online if you'd like. I opted to go with some recent highlights instead. Heartbreaking news for a guy who was on pace for a borderline all-star season on a budding Nets team. So here's to wishing the young guy a speedy recovery, and good news that we heard that he potentially could be back at the tail end of this season. The Jimmy Butler era in Philadelphia has begun. After being introduced with the team, Butler made his debut on the road against the Magic, who against all odds and magically, pun intended, came out on top in this one. The 76ers now have the talent. They probably are missing one or two pieces, but the core is there for a deep playoff run. Interested to see how this one goes. Dwayne Casey, revenge game. The former coach and reigning Coach of the Year award winner got a shot with his new team to go up against his former team, the Raptors. Here late, gets an inbound shot, misses it, but if at first you don't succeed, try again. And so at the buzzer, they get a second shot. Reggie Bullock didn't even know he was still in the league, makes it, and no one is happier than the coach himself. Not even Joe Ingles could save the Jazz in this one. There are losses, there are bad losses, and then there are just flat out bad losses. The Utah Jazz, nothing going right for them in this one, everything going the Mavs' way. The Utah Jazz ended up scoring 68 points and losing by 50 in a real shocker this week. Do not cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. After a tumultuous week with the Houston Rockets, the Rockets announced that they have cut former All-Star Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo, Here's to wishing that we find you hitting mid-range, non-efficient jumpers on another team sooner rather than later. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to get all of the future NBA shot clocks. Thanks for checking us out.